Kom nou net terug van 'n lang naweek af, maar ek hinker alweer na 'n breek en veral ene op Loederits. Hallo en welkom by Kletskompas. Ek is Irene Marie van der Walt. In vandag se episode gesels Carli Abrantes met die eienaars van 'n butiek Guesthouse op Loederits. Maar vereers gesels ek en Anne-Marie de Tooy oor die nuus in Môre se Republikein. Vir nou gaan kyk jy na die heel eerste inskrywings in Republikein se kiekie kompetisie vir hierdie maand. Ons is nou weer terug. Anne-Marie de Tooy saam met my in die Kletskompas ateljee. Anne-Marie, hoe gaan dit?
Ons is terug by die werk, so dis altyd lekker. Ek hou nie daarvan as ons vir so lank op 'n breek gaan nie, want dan kan ek baie minder saam met jou op die Kletskompas bank sit. En ek mis die Kletskompas stoele as ek nie by hulle is nie. So.
Ek dink dit gaan meer oor die stoele as oor my, maar
Maybe. Dalk is my kantoorstoel net nie so gemaklik soos hierdie waarop ons hier sit nie. Maar ek is bly om terug te wees.
Ja, in Môre se Republikein, en dis eintlik vir my lekker om hierdie storie in 'n baie agtersvoorde manier, is dit my lekker om hierdie storie te sien. Ek is bly die storie is geskryf. Kom ons stel dit so. Leandria Mouers, sy was toe nog lou, het in 2020 'n draai gemaak by die munisipale asgate by Walvisbaai en toe nou die Zula Boys raakgeloop. En met hulle gesels oor die impak wat COVID-19 op hulle het. Hulle woon by die asgate en toe nou gepraat oor hoe dit hulle raak en ek meen hulle het nie toegang tot maskers, tot sanitasie, tot enigiets nie. En nou skryf sy oor sowat 1000 inwoners.
Sjoe.
Wat by die munisipale asgate woon. Dis
massas mense julle.
Dit is of ja, nie op die kop 1000 nie, maar om by, daar is genoeg plek vir 1000 moontlik. En strukture wat daarop gerig is, waar hulle bly en dit is vir my net 'n simptoom van 'n baie groter siekte in Namibië. Verskeie siektes in Namibië dink ek. Onder meer werkloosheid, onder meer behuisingskostes wat al hoe dierder raak. Ek weet Windhoek word so al van die groot klok gehang in daai area, maar aan die kus is dit geen uitsondering nie. En 1000 mense, dit het gegaan van, ek glo dit was 5 of 6 Zula Boys en ek onthou dit was nogal so groot storie toe dit uitkom dat soos mense wat hierso bly. En nou is dit siffel groter, 5 of 6 jaar later.
Ja, nou is dit 'n hele informele nedersetting.
Ja, op sy eie, op sigself.
Ja, dit is vir my ook verskriklik en ek onthou toe ek in Gobabis gebly het ook, ons het ons eie weergawe van die Zula Boys in Gobabis gehad en ek was 16 toe ek so toe getrek het, ek het van Johannesburg af getrek waar mens sien werkloosheid in Suid-Afrika, maar nie tot op daai vlak nie. En ek onthou wat ek van my ma net gevra het is, gee niemand om oor hierdie mense nie. Is dit nie die plig van ons regering om te gee vir hierdie mense nie? En ek dink, dis soos jy sê, dit spreek op 'n breër kwessie in die sin van, daar word al hierdie beloftes gemaak en daar was, ek dink gister se Republikein of in vandag se Republikein 'n storie van Oudtshoorn se inwoners wat gekla het oor die feit dat hulle gouverneur volgens hulle nog nie regtig veel gedoen het nie. Nee, nie Oudtshoorn nie, skus, Okahanja. En dit spreek vir my aan daai kwessie van die mense wat veronderstel is om te gee en om hierdie mense te ondersteun, doen nie dit wat hulle beloof hulle gaan doen nie. En dan sit jy met 1000 mense wat in die asgate bly, wat nie toegang het tot hulle basiese menseregte nie. Ek meen, as jy kyk, iemand wat 'n gevangene is in die tronk, het meer toegang tot sy basiese menseregte as hierdie arme mense wat van die asgate af oorleef.
Ja, en dit is ook vir my nog 'n gesprek wat daar uitspruit is, dis so half 'n truth universally accepted in Namibië, ek dink wêreldwyd, maar veral in Namibië, dat mense wat werkloos is, mense wat jy weet nie hoop op 'n toekoms het nie, pleeg dan sekere wat noem mense?
Is ons by
misdade, ja, daar's die woord wat ek
misdade.
sê. Pleeg dan sekere misdade sodat hulle kan tronk toe gaan. Want
Ja.
op die minste sal hulle dan eet in 'n dag, hulle het 'n veilige slaapplek, hulle het 'n dak oor hulle kop.
Hulle kan stort.
Hulle kan stort. Ja, en dis soos wat jy sê, daar staan nie mense wat omgee nie, maar terselfdertyd die mense wat omgee, ek dink nie hulle werk is om te gee spesifiek oor daardie mense nie. Ek dink hulle werk is om te gee oor die kwessies wat daartoe lei.
Ja.
Jy weet, dit is vir my en jou amper asof 'n koerant nie uitgekom het in die dag nie. Jy weet, as die koerant nie uitkom nie, is dit 'n baie groot probleem vir ons en ons moet dan half 'n postmortem doen om te sê, hoekom het dit nie gebeur nie? Waar was almal? Wat het toe gebeur? Waar was jy? Wat het jy gedoen? Wat het jy gedoen? Wat het jy gedoen? En daardie kwessies aanspreek. En dit is vir my iets wat die regering in hierdie stadium moet doen, is sê, luister, hierdie is die simptome van verskeie groot kwessies
Ja.
wat ons moet aanspreek. So wat gaan ons doen? Hoe gaan ons dit aanspreek? Want jy kan vir hulle sê, okay, hier is vir julle 'n huis, maar hulle kan hulle self nog steeds nie help nie.
Onderhou nie. Jy het die huis, maar jy kan nie die groceries bekostig om te eet nie. Jy kan nie die water betaal om te kan stort nie. En later sit jy met hierdie niks en ons gesels gereeld daaroor en hierdie is nou uit 'n verskriklike bevoorregte oogpunt uit teenoorstaande van die oogpunt waarna ek en jy nou daarna kyk. Maar ek hoor altyd ryker mense, meer welaf mense wat kla as hulle kinders uit die huis uitgaan. Ek het nou hierdie 6 slaapkamerhuis en ek weet nie wat om met hom te maak nie. Al hierdie spasie. En ek dink dit is dieselfde in die sin van ek het nou hierdie huis. Nou wat nou? Nou gaan ek doodgaan van die honger in hierdie huis.
Ja, en jy kan nie eers jy huis onderhou nie. Jy weet. Maar in elk geval, dit is al die tyd wat ons het. Regament het dit al lankal vir ons gesê.
Hier van die kant af gewys ook.
Dis nou klaar. So Annemarie, dankie dat jy by ons was. Ons is nou weer terug met die weer.
Life is unpredictable and one needs to be protected against any eventuality. Get Santam legal access from as little as $50 Namibian a month for when you find yourself in need of legal representation due to civil cases, criminal prosecution, and family matters such as divorce, child maintenance, and custody. It also covers labor disputes, disciplinary hearings, and unfair dismissal or retrenchment. With Santam Legal Access, you'll receive free legal advice on almost every legal aspect, whether the specific matter is covered by your policy or not. For true peace of mind and legal protection when you need it most, call us on 061 292 8000. Santam. This is freedom.
As jy nie saamstem dat dit reën in die hoofstad nie, sal jy dalk saamstem dat dit behoorlik sous. Kom ons gaan kyk hoe lyk ons weer vanmôre. Reënerig langs die kus met 'n minimum van 19 grade Celsius en 'n maksimum van 24 grade Celsius vir Swakopmund. Gedeeltelik bewolk ook op Ariamsvlei met 'n minimum van 21 grade Celsius en 'n maksimum van 31. Ook gedeeltelik bewolk op Reebot met 'n minimum van 17 grade Celsius en 'n maksimum van 26. Gedeeltelik bewolk op Rundu môre met 'n minimum van 18 grade Celsius en 'n maksimum van 30. Ook gedeeltelik bewolk in die hoofstad met 'n minimum van 16 grade Celsius en 'n maksimum van 26. En dit reën ook op Ruakana met 'n minimum van 19 grade Celsius en 'n maksimum van 31.
Die Wêreldgesondheidsorganisasie beraam dat 12 miljard werksdae weens depressie en angs elke jaar verlore gaan. Dit is teen 'n koste van 1 triljoen Amerikaanse dollar per jaar in verlore produktiwiteit. Werkgewers wat egter in omvattende en hoë gehalte geestesgesondheidsvoordele belê het, kan egter 'n beduidende opbrengs sien. In die eerste jaar van die implementering van LIRA se werksmag gesondheidsvoordeel vir geestesgesondheid het 'n toonaangewende Fortune 500 werkgewer meer as 4100 Amerikaanse dollar per lid bespaar op hul gesondheidsplan vir diegene wat LIRA gebruik het. Die gesondheidsplan is gedryf deur beduidende netto besparings in mediese koste en ook die koste van eise vir voorskrifte. Dit is alles moontlik omdat die sorg wat LIRA lewer meer klinies doeltreffend is. Beter sorg met sterk uitkomste is oor tyd meer koste doeltreffend as goedkoper, minder doeltreffende sorg. Na 'n kort afname maak stres dit nou 'n terugkeer en beïnvloed dit werknemers op 'n wêreldwye skaal. En volgens LIRA Health se 2025 State of Workforce Mental Health verslag het byna 90% van werknemers ten minste een gesondheidsuitdaging vir geestesgesondheid in die afgelope jaar ervaar met stres wat heel bo aan die lys is.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Ons vat nou 'n trippie see toe tot by Loederits met Carli Abrantes.
So we are joined here by one of the owners, Michael Goldmann. Thank you so much for having us today.
Pleasure.
Can you please give our viewers a little bit of a history of Alte, when you guys started and maybe what the name means?
Well, the house was built in 1909 by German merchants who came from Hamburg, and they were there doing the diamond rush
Okay.
to try and
Yes.
score and get some money from
Yes.
the rush that they had back then. And over the years, the house has been owned by various owners,
Okay.
and we moved in 2017.
Okay.
So,
And then it was a guest house already?
yes, it was a guest
Okay.
house already. The previous owners wanted a new challenge. They'd been in Loederits for a while. They were sailors, so they decided to go up to Katima Mililu
Okay.
and be on the Zambezi River instead.
Oh, lovely. So they swapped the ocean for the fresh water.
Yes.
That's really cool. And then you guys have been running it since 2017. So shame, you guys had it in COVID times.
Yes, it was difficult. We had a few good long tenants that helped us during
Okay.
that time period. Business people that came down from Windhoek,
Yes.
and that helped us to get over the
Are
expenses.
most of your tourists business people, or sorry, most of your guests business, or are they touristy people?
I would say the split's 80-20.
Okay.
80% tourists, of which you can once again say 80% is German speaking,
Okay.
coming from Germany, Austria, and Switzerland.
Yes, but Luderitz, the tourists that go there are still very, very German.
Yes,
Yes.
because of the history, because of Koolman's copper.
There's so much to do in Luderitz. I
Yes.
mean, especially if you like history, if you tell me in Luderitz you're bored and you are a history person, you're doing something wrong.
Correct.
100%.
There's still an old lady that does a walk around.
Okay.
She takes the guidebook, she goes to all the old houses, and she's still able to explain the history of many of the old
Okay.
buildings.
Oh, I hope she passes that to someone, because
Yes.
oftentimes we walk in the streets and you see this beautiful building. A lot of them are marked with the years in which they were built, and you take your quick photo, but actually you don't understand. There's no link. There's no, oh my word, these people lived here. You can't make that human connection. So that's really nice. And you guys are also one of the buildings in 1909.
Yes.
But you guys have separate buildings. So all of the structures there in 1909, or did you guys add anything?
No, so the main house, the villa, as you look up the
Yes.
hill
Okay.
and you look at the villa, that was built in
Yes.
1909.
Okay.
And the building in front of us, that was built in 1910.
Oh, 1 year later. That's fine.
So we're actually part of what we call in Germany the Altstadt, this little kern, the Altstadt kern. All the houses around us are all built from that time period, and they've been looked after over the years.
They are very well
and
looked
restored.
after. Yes, but there's also movements in Ludritz, I see, to get people back into it, because they've redone the Maritime Museum, and they really do the basic maintenance on everything. So I do think that's very important, because yes, there's a very rich history, but now today, how does the town grow? How do we go forward? So it is really nice that they have put all of that into perspective, and they're doing the effort to keep it around. And
Tourism,
do you guys go to Ludritz often? Sorry.
No, I just wanted to say, I mean, tourism is sustainable.
100%.
So people do invest in their own buildings.
Yes.
You will get that money back.
And in Namibia, it's one of our biggest incomes in this country.
Yeah.
But it is also, I have a friend who is down here from Zimbabwe, but they're only here for the weekend. So they're doing Kletskompas. And she said to me she had no idea that Namibia had such a varied landscape. And one of my colleagues also often says that it is one of the places where you can really get a little bit of every part of Africa, but in one country, because we've got the driest of the dry, but then as soon as you go up to the Caprivi, you're like, what dry? What desert? How? And then obviously at the coast between Ludritz, Walvis Bay, Swakopmund, it's just beautiful. So yeah, I think we're very blessed here. Tell me quickly, you said a lot of your people are tourists, but then you've also got a lot of business travelers, because I do know that a lot of people come down to the Ludritz, Rosh-Pina area a day or two of business and then they leave. So do you guys have a lot of those people as repeat customers?
Yes, the town is also very important as a harbour.
Yes.
Namport, we export zinc out of the town, manganese, and then it's a fishing harbour. We have two big fishing companies there, and of course now with the oil boom, the oil discoveries, we do find people that come down for business, and they are repeat customers. Yes, and then they like to stay in their Pacific room that they always stay in.
Well, I stayed in the Kolmas Corp room and think the most beautiful bathroom you've ever seen, the most luxurious bath. I was so sad that I was only there for 1 day, because I was, how do you enjoy everything in such a small amount of time? And the staff, from the minute you walk in, they are so friendly. It really does feel like you're coming home, and they introduce themselves, and you know who your chef is. You guys will be meeting her a little bit later. But it's just really that touch of home. So I would assume that your business people, they come back, because I know Alte Villa, I know Michael, that's where I want to go stay. I know the receptionist who's going to greet me. I know the hostess who's taking care of me. So I think it's really, really special what you guys have built. And as far as I understand, a lot has been renovated a little bit.
Yes.
But we're going to get into that with your lovely wife, because I assume she was the one who had a lot of the ideas to make the room as it is.
Correct.
Perfect.
And the idea, of course, is that we want to have a good quality establishment, not so high impact, not high volume, but that people come and they, like you said earlier, feel at home.
Yes.
Feel comfortable. And if you go out for your day's work, you come home, get a good home cooked meal, relax,
100%.
and recover.
Even the area you guys have made for people to just sit down, read a book. I mean, yes, it's probably there for the business travelers to send their emails, but all it made me want to do is just relax and just have a cup of tea and sit down. So very, very cool. When we get back, we are going to tell you guys all about the names of the rooms and how they came to be what they are. So we will see you soon. Welcome back, viewers. And this time we are going to be speaking to Belinda Goldmann. She is Michael's wife, and she is just going to tell us how they ended up buying the place in 2017, like Michael had said, and then give us a little bit of a history in terms of some of the rooms, or all of the rooms, being named after places around Lüderitz. So Belinda, thank you so much. And thank you so much for what you guys have done with the guest house. It really is stunning. Could you please tell me what made you guys buy it?
Well, basically, our oldest son, bought our little label company from us.
Okay.
And he said to us, why don't you take the money and invest it into the guest house where you always stay in Lüderitz? Because we often
So
in
you
Lüderitz.
guys stayed there?
Yeah.
So the repeat customers thing started with you guys already?
That's it, yes.
Oh, that's really nice.
So we had our specific room that we stayed in, and we just loved it because it's
Which
an
room
old
did you
house,
guys like?
Goldmann. We were always in Goldmann.
All right.
It was just like sunny, and we just loved it, you know. So yeah, so that's how our journey started with the guest house. That we decided, oh well, okay, so another chapter.
And were the rooms then already named after the places around Lüderitz?
No.
Okay.
So when we took over, we decided we're going to sleep in each room, and each room is going to have a different theme, but the themes will also work together. So of course, it's not going to be like
so individualistic, but
That's
as a group, it still works. Perfect.
Yeah.
And tell me, okay, so Borgenfels was your favorite. Is it still your favorite after you guys being there? Or was it just, it's probably a place that's close to home for you? So.
Well, we kind of, sleep still in different rooms each time we go. The reason being that only when you sleep in the room do you actually pick up little things that are not right. So there's a plug that's not working, or so we just feel that we keep our finger on each room to make sure. And then also we try to add and change a little bit, you know, just to make it
more
special
personal
and dynamic. I mean, you want to come back and maybe there's something a little bit different.
Okay.
And so for people that do come back more often, they can just see that we're continually making progress.
And I do think that's very important. Like we've also said, people want a homey place, but to know that home is being looked after. Because I do know that a lot of time old and homey to some people means don't go there. But in this case, it's just the building that's old, and it's that sense of history, but there's a lot of love being poured into it at all times. Tell me the inside of the original old building. There are 3 rooms there, and that's Kormanskorp, I think it's Garub with the horses, and Grassplatz. Okay, so do any of those places, do they have a special place in your heart? Is it places that you guys have visited before?
Well, it's basically, if you drive from Alte to Lüderitz, it's basically all the stops on the railway line.
Yes.
So Garub, I think, is probably closest to our hearts, or maybe Michael, especially because he loves horses.
Okay.
And so we've always tried to be supportive of the Horse Foundation. And
we actually stopped there on our way down, and there were only 2 wild horses. I've been there before where there've been none.
Okay.
And then I've been there where there've been tons, but they were down closer to the water.
It depends on how much food there is and how much rain we've had.
So that day we actually they were right there by the cars.
Nice.
So it was, we could get some beautiful photos. But you do have to remind yourself it is wild.
Exactly.
Do not touch. They look very friendly. Yeah. And then obviously Kormanskorp, I think everyone who wants to come to Lüderitz, for most people that is why they want to come to Lüderitz. So, and just that in and of itself, and the photos that you guys have up in each room, it's so stunning. Did you guys select those, or how did?
So Michael basically had a lot to do with the photos, you know, the pictures that we chose.
So the interior decorating of each room was very much a team effort.
Very much a team effort. We both have our strengths and our weaknesses, and we basically work together, and we can it's just, I don't know, it's just this like
it just works.
Thing, you know, that we have. Yes. So like with Kormanskorp also, we wanted you to walk into Kormanskorp and feel like you were in Kormanskorp.
Yes.
So I've done the tour at Kormanskorp a number of times, and each time
every time it's so
I
nice.
try to absorb something and bring that little thing in, into the room.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so
that's really
just
cool.
To keep it dynamic and interesting, and that people also just like that whole feel when you walk into the house. I want you to feel like you're going back to 1909.
Yes.
That old, but with comfort.
Yes, 100%. No, I do think that's important. And honestly, from the minute you walk in, that is what you get. From walking in with the wine shelf and seeing where your dinner is going to be. And then there's so many little pockets for lounging. And if you're supposed to work, there are many possibilities of areas to work, but also it does kind of make you want to relax. And when I will not forget, when I opened my door, it was just, oh, guys, I can breathe. I can have a moment to myself. And then when I saw the bathroom, it got even better.
daarmee die einde van vandag se episode van Kletskompas. Baie dankie dat jy by ons aangesluit het. Onthou, ons is môre weer terug om 8:00 die aand op Netwerk Televisie DStv 285 en GoTV 25, as ook oneup2.com. Maar tot môre, is dit mooi bly.